Okay, I'm Mackenzie DeLulo, Senior Editor at the Texan, and I'm here with Weston Martinez, candidate for Texas GOP Chairman. Weston, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad you were available because everybody else wasn't, and you do a better job interviewing anybody.
Hey, I'll take it. I appreciate it.
That's right.
Walk me through how convention has been for you so far. Obviously, this is a big contested race. We have multiple candidates in the race. This is the most we've seen in over a decade, I believe. How has convention been for you so far?
You know, it's been like any other rodeo I've been to when I went to college on a bull riding scholarship. You got different things that are happening. You got different situations that happen on and off the field. And the Patriots that are here, they want to have their election secured more than anything. And then they want to make sure that we protect the sanctity of life. Ever since Roe versus Wade was overturned, there's a lot of people that say we need to take abortion off of our plank. We need to take that off of our plank and no longer have that as something to fight for. And that is wrong. And then also we have people that really want to make sure we secure our borders. And actually something I've also been doing is working on property tax revisions and letting people know how to protest their property taxes so that we can use that as a means to get people involved in a non-political, political way and start building a farm team and helping to educate those non-voters or those November voters to get them to start realizing who has been ratcheting up the prices. So the convention has been going great for me because God has blessed me to be, a forefront leader in all those conservative battles. And we saw what happened, in my speech. I talked about, look, based on a news report that was released yesterday, clearly the sanctity of our ballots is no longer sacred. And I'm calling on the governor right now to have an emergency special session to eliminate Rule 43.007, which allows you to get that information, number one, and then for the Attorney General to call on an injunction for the Secretary of State, and in that special to make the Secretary of State a statewide elected official. So those are some very key things.
There you go. So on day one, if you were elected chairman, What would be priority number one?
Yeah, priority number one is securing our elections. Look, we're calling right now on Biden to get the Department of Justice to say all of the countywide voting needs to be ended, because if you can get your ballots, you can create voter intimidation if you really wanted to. And by doing that, that'll help me to get rid of the machines, go back to paper-numbered, sequentially numbered paper ballots, and make sure that our votes count. I want to get it right. I don't want to get it fast. I want it fast, but I'd rather have it right. So in that situation, day one is getting all of the different things that are related to the Secretary of State changed. So we go back to precinct level voting so that we repeal the 43.007 and so that we get the machines out of Texas and enforce the law. Most people don't know that the state law says it allows for an election day. It doesn't allow for early voting. So if we actually end early voting, have an election day, do the other things, we'll be on a very good path to securing those elections.
Senate district caucuses are meeting basically right now. Walk me through your expectation of how many Senate district caucuses you could carry. I believe it's 3 that are necessary for you to move to the floor vote.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So how's that going? Where are we at with Senate district caucuses for the Weston Martinez
I think it's going really good. I think that, again, the people that were undecided that came in here, I think they heard the warrior's heart between me and Abby Johnson. I think they're excited about having the most conservative ticket in the history of RPT. Serve the members, serve the body. And, again, we have a servant's attitude. We're here to build in a kingdom-minded approach, and it's not about building our kingdom. It's about unleashing the grassroots, and that's what they're here to do. They're here to elect Donald Trump, get George Soros out of Texas, secure our elections, and make sure that we do things like I did. Let's go to Beto O'Rourke's house and do a video in front of his house and say, hey, how come there's no illegal aliens in front of this guy's house? So in the convention process now, they're talking about it. The case has been made. Nobody talked about voter fraud more than me. Nobody had a statewide elected official walk out to introduce them as an endorsement. We're very thankful for the Ag Commissioner, Sid Miller, and everybody else's endorsement that we have. And so we're cautiously optimistic, but we're going to be working hard all the way through the last vote.
You mentioned endorsements. I want to home in on that real fast. Obviously, a lot of big names have endorsed in this race. You mentioned Sid Miller's endorsed your campaign. We've seen Ken Paxton weigh in as well. What do you make of the endorsements that have been made in this race, and what differentiates your campaign from, say, Abraham George, who has Ken Paxton backing it?
Yeah, I think other endorsements, when you look at that, I worked with Project Veritas to get the woman arrested that made national news for voter fraud. And then I worked with Paxton's office diligently to be part of the fastest arrest in the history of Texas. When the police chief in San Antonio turned loose a half-alive 18-wheeler load of illegal aliens, I'm the one that filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office, Paxton and team, that caused them to file a lawsuit against the city of San Antonio, resulting in a major multi-million-dollar win against the liberals here in San Antonio. So I've always been friends with the Paxtons. In this situation, friendship is important. These are friends that are in the same part of Texas, close to each other, and I can respect them wanting to support somebody from their hometown. Sid Miller and I don't live in the same hometown. We're 3.5 hours apart. Sid and I know each other from the battlefield of the conservative battles we fought in, and he knows that when they were trying to tear down the Alamo, I was there. I wasn't running for chair. When they were trying to go in there and make men go into women's bathrooms in San Antonio, I was there. I wasn't running for an office. So when you go through those different things, the commitment that Sid and I have is one that's, we've met each other on the battlefield. Yes, we've become friends, and I'm very thankful for that friendship, but it's not a geography thing. So we are in my home turf in San Antonio. I think we got a good little additional bounce because of that. But I think that when you look at the election integrity endorsements that we have on the back of here, you'll notice other people. You got Ted Nugent, right? You got Rick Green. You got Dr. Frank, election expert, Dr. Hotze. You've even got Jeremy Story. Okay, I got Dr. Mary Talley Bowden. Okay, one of the main frontline doctors. Russ Ramsland, another election integrity expert, and Dr. David Clemens, another election. So when you look at it, God's blessed me with a very wide spread of people that don't live in the same community as I do. So God bless everybody for their endorsements. I'm glad that other statewide elected officials got involved in the race. It's good. It makes us healthy to have a healthy process.
Absolutely. Well, Weston, thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of the convention and good luck.
And friends don't let friends feed the rhinos.
There you go. Thank you, sir.